Welcome to the Red Carpet Report, your backstage pass for celebrity book clubs, book adaptations, and new book releases. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Kirsten.
And we're your hosts.
This week is a pick party, and we love a pick party over here. We are talking about the June 2026 Celebrity Book Club picks, and we're also going to be diving into former Celebrity Book Club authors who have new books coming out this month.
I don't understand how it's June.
I know, and this is our 6th episode of pick partying.
I don't know how that happened.
Right?
Yay!
We did it. We made it. Before we get into the pick parties, though, we have to do the red carpet rundown. It's going to be a fast one this week, though, because there's really only one that I'm super excited about. What's the first one?
Well, I want to talk about the second one.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The first one is Cape Fear. It comes out on June 5th. I'm not watching it. Amy Adams is starring in it. I don't do this movie. But it is there and it is an adaptation.
But the one that we're so excited about is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I cannot wait for this one.
This one comes out June 10th on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is in their prime. See what I did there? With book adaptations.
Yes.
Coming right off of the deal. They were like, you know what? We hear you with your off-campus obsession. You need something new. Let us just drop your newest summer romance right into the mix. And it's a Carly Fortune, and it's going to be incredible.
I'm wondering if they filmed it in Canada.
I'm sure they did. You know, they film everything in Canada.
Fun fact, actually, I just found out that Little House on the Prairie is filmed in Canada.
Yeah, they call Vancouver like the second Hollywood.
But this one is actually filmed in Winnipeg.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Which is Winnipeg, Manitoba, which us Canadians finally call Winterpeg because it is cold there. I can't wait to see that. But that has nothing to do with Every Summer After is the perfect summer watch for television. Is this a show or a movie?
It is a TV series. And as we know, this is one of 3 of her, I think 5 books that have been set at Barry's Bay. But I have a feeling that if this takes off, not only are we going to get the first 2, but I think her other 2 could easily be adapted and moved over to Barry's Bay. So we could be seeing the start of another major book adaptation franchise along the lines of like a steamier Sweet Magnolias almost.
I have goosebumps because I'm so looking forward to this. Her books speak to me because of her descriptions of like being at the lake is really how I grew up because we didn't have the shore, right? So we have lake houses because there's absolutely gorgeous, pristine lakes in Canada. And so this is what speaks to me.
I love her romances because they feel so genuine. They feel so real. They really give you those butterflies. They feel earned. You're not rushing in. You're not, waiting for the moment. There's like little moments throughout where you're just getting that tension.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait to see this adapted. 8 episodes.
I'm so excited.
Well, this is a very heavy episode, so we didn't have that many for Red Carpet Rundown, but we have a lot of books to discuss.
Yeah.
For the main segment, the pick party. So I think we should probably just jump right into it.
Yes, because we have so many books from previous celebrity authors this month.
So first off, we have the Reese pick, A Pair of Aces by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray.
This was a previous celebrity book club pick for The Personal Librarian, right?
Right. They were a combo duo team. They got the GMA pick for that one. Yep.
Right. And so this, we have not read it. It looks like it's going to be fantastic. So you're going to have to fill in the names for me. I like it when we play this game where I talk and you fill in the names.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a woman.
Eunice Carter.
And she was the first Black DA for the city of New York. And she wants to take down
Lucky Luciano,
who is the mob boss. Okay. And in order to do so, she needs help from
Holly Adler,
who is, I think she's a madam.
Yes, she's a brothel owner.
Fantastic.
I love this writing duo. They are a white woman and a black woman, and the characters that they do in these historical stories are each one one Black woman, one white woman, and the way that they interacted. So there's another book they had, First Ladies, and it was about a civil rights activist and Eleanor Roosevelt. And I just love this duo. I love the stories they tell. I am very much looking forward to this, and I thought we were going to get a little preview of this, and we got to play a sample, but they didn't.
I
They didn't let
know.
us
I
have the full
know.
book yet, so I'm very upset. But this is really high on my most anticipated for the full year, so I'm glad this was chosen.
Yeah, I love Marie Benedict, and I love The Personal Librarian. So I feel like it is just such a good way to tell a story when you have two brilliant storytellers and they can make it seamless and it feels so much more real.
And they both are real dynamite writers in the
Yeah.
historical fiction space. They do these historical biographical fiction novels very, very well. And when they're together, it's like unstoppable.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised this was a pick. I'm delighted by this one.
Yeah, and I hope they continue. This is a brilliant writing duo.
Agreed. Now, the GMA pick you happen to have read.
I am so excited that they picked this book. I have already spoken about this. It's Dolly All the Time by Annabelle Monaghan.
It was the bookmark last week.
It was. And so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. This was my favorite of all her books that she's written. She writes such, and we do have an entire list of every one of the books that she's read and ranked on the website. So GMA did something different this month. So there's controversy because usually we have the sticker on the front. This time they decided to put the sticker on the spine as well.
And people are up in arms. Now, a lot of people, in fairness, don't care about celebrity book clubs. And those people get annoyed that those celebrity book club stickers aren't in fact stickers, that they're permanently on the cover. That really bothers them. And so they've taken it to another extreme because when you line up all of her books and they're all the same height and all the covers look so nice together, this circle is in the middle of the spine, which we've never seen on any celebrity book club pick. And it's right there in the middle and people are pissed.
I mean, I can kind of see it. I mean, I have all of my books and I have them all lined up. Mine is an advanced reader copy, so it doesn't have that.
Oh, you lucked out.
I know. I feel like I did. I feel like it would get in the way and ruin the aesthetic of my bookshelf.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty ballsy move. I don't think I like this choice.
Do you think that they're going to keep doing it? And do you think that other book clubs are going to follow suit?
Given the backlash that we're seeing online, I'm thinking no. The thing about book collectors that I think non-book collectors don't really understand, like there's a lot of people that are devout readers who read a book and they consume it and they don't care if it's this, that, or the other.
Right.
But there's a subset of readers that are purists that they want, if the series started this way, they want all the covers in the series to be the same way. They want all the heights to be the same way because they shelve them, they photograph them, they put them on their bookcase together. And I understand why somebody would be upset about that. I think, be one of those people that would be annoyed by the sticker on the spine.
I think I am also.
Yeah. I don't think it needs to be there.
I mean, I will even have multiple copies of some of my favorite books so I can have the different spines and the different books and the different editions just because I love the book and it makes me happy. Call me crazy. It would ruin it to have something that doesn't match at all with the spine. If they wanted to like print it like a GMA pick on the spine, that's one thing because they could somehow make it match, but putting the sticker on completely changes the entire aesthetic of the book.
Although I do wonder from a bookseller point of view, because we just came at it from the reader point of view, the collector. From a bookseller point of view, if you've got a whole line of Annabelle Monaghan books and you're like, I want to read the GMA one,
right?
That you can see from the spine.
Yeah.
And if you are only choosing books, like if we're finding that, which we do, that Celebrity Book Club picks tend to be higher on the bestseller lists, then maybe that call out, it's on a table when it first releases, but after that it gets shelved and you're only seeing the spine in the bookstore. And so maybe this is a little trial to
That's a really good point.
how it sells over time.
I didn't think about that. I think that's a really, really good point. So
I guess we'll find out.
yeah,
I would love the marketing person who made this decision to come on and tell us why they made that decision.
that would be amazing.
If this reaches the marketing gods, please tell us why. Why'd you do it?
And if you want to come on the podcast, we can do that too. 100%. We can
Come
make that
on.
work. Okay, the next is the Jenna pick, and you've read this one.
I did. It's The Children by Melissa Albert. Now, you've read her before, The Hazelwood.
Yes.
She, it's a darker fantasy. It is a fantasy, which let's back up to that. It is a fantasy chosen by Jenna, okay? That doesn't happen.
That Kirsten read.
That I read. This is because I didn't really
Twilight
think it was
Zone.
going to be. I didn't really think it was going to be a fantasy, and it's not. It's hard to classify it because the whole time you're kind of like, is this a fantasy? Is this not a fantasy? And
Then it's a fantasy, because if you are going in with the idea that it could be a fantasy, then you have to like fantasy,
Right.
even if it doesn't end up being. Obviously, there's
Right,
some
right.
sort of question, and you're not going to enjoy it if you don't like
right.
fantasies.
So I went into it, and here's the premise, essentially. Edith is a J.K. Rowling-esque author. She has written a series of highly successful children's middle grade fiction, like a Harry Potter with a magical element.
Books about books.
Yes. And in her stories, she has woven in her two children, Ginevra and Ennis.
Okay.
They're inspired by their isolated life in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Sounds delightful.
It is dark and creepy. So delightful is not the word I would use to
No.
describe this.
Total
But-
sarcasm. Can you imagine? It's like, okay, I'm going to isolate you. And not only that, then I'm going to write a book about you so that everybody can read about your creepy, isolated.
Well, and so the way that she writes about this book is like very idyllic. It's like magic treehouse. It's like, things happen, but it resolves nicely and blah, 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 blah. And so the whole world is enraptured by not only the children, but the novels. And now Ginevra is older. Her parents, this is not a spoiler, but her parents died when she was younger in a fire. And since that point, she's been estranged from her brother, Ennis. Now she's an adult. She's kind of grappling with the legacy of her mother. And it turns out that her brother, who she has not talked to, is now opening up an art installation called The Mother. And it's probably going to be about her past. And she's kind of trying to wrap around her head what she now is viewing as an adult to what happened to her when she was younger. Because she was very young when she was in this. And so her memories are a little unreliable. It's a dual timeline. We're going back and forth. They're living, their children, they're isolated from other people. Their parents are like throwing parties, and just like there's this creepy vibe of like things were maybe not all right at the farmhouse.
Got it.
And she's only now kind of coming to terms with that as an adult. And there's this whole, is there a magical element or not?
Right.
And how much of this is in her head because of the kinds of stories her mom wrote. So it is very different than anything I've ever read. I did enjoy it. I was creeped out at times by it. So
Okay.
I couldn't read it at night.
Okay. Because you don't generally do stuff that's too scary or
No.
horror, but you did like it. So
I
even
did.
if you don't like scary horror, this might be a really fun, interesting pick for you.
Yeah, and it was about art, and it was about writing, and it was about all these different things that I found really interesting, and estranged family and going back on memories.
Okay.
And there was some really, I can totally see why it was a book club pick, because a lot of fantasy is not, because there
Yeah.
isn't a lot to talk about, and there's like trauma to unpack here.
Yes. Yes.
So I get it as a pick.
I love that. I think I would love this one. We do not know the GMA pick.
We don't.
We're filming this like 2 days beforehand, so unfortunately we don't know that.
Reese doesn't have a pick this month.
For the YA, for
Right.
the Sunny reads. Yep.
And we don't know Oprah, because Oprah's Oprah, and we never know
Right.
when it's coming.
I mean, she could announce it in 2 weeks. So, but we will post it as soon as she announces.
Yeah, and I will say that we have pre-recorded the rest of the episodes for this month because of our kids. We each have at different schools an 8th grader that has a graduation and all the various events that go along with it. There are vacations coming up. We got to get our kids off to summer camp. So our June episodes are pre-recorded. So if it does come out, we may not actually talk about it until July here on the pod, but we will be talking about it on Instagram. So make sure that you're following us there if you want us to, kind of spoil the news.
Now we have a ton of authors that have books coming out who were not chosen for picks that we know of yet for Celebrity Book Club, but they were previous picks in the past.
I know. It's like, who do we want to start with? There's actually a lot of Reese, a lot of GMA.
Yes.
I'm not seeing a lot of Jenna. In fact, I don't see any Jenna on this.
There's a lot. And some of them were chosen by both.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So the first one is a you pick. Christy Greenwood.
I knew you were going to start with that one.
Her new book is
Romantic Hero, and it is coming out, I think, on the 16th. It is so cute. It is about a woman. She is a romance writer. She's been writing this series. She's trying to finish the series. She just broke up with her boyfriend. She has major writer's block, and she accidentally somehow summons the villain from her books, who's like now on her couch, and they don't know how to get him back to like his made up world. And they figure that the only way that they can do that is by finishing the books. So it's adorable. She wrote Love of My Afterlife, which was a GMA pick. And that was one of my favorite books of all last year. If you haven't checked that one out, I'm sure you can get it at the library.
Mm-hmm.
Both are such good picks.
There are, as I'm looking through this, a lot of romances. So another one that's coming out is Tia Williams. The Missed Connection, which is a romance that starts on a plane.
Yes.
She is a duo pick. So, which I just realized. So obviously 7 Days in June.
Right.
That was Reese. Her YA book, Audra and Bash, was a GMA YA pick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think, a love story on a plane sounds adorable for the summertime. And the cover is like really kind of almost retro in feeling.
Oh, I love that.
It looks really cool. It reminds me of the Nancy Drew High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's a scene, but then there's like a head in the middle. I don't know. The cover is just very fun. Okay, here's one that I feel guilty saying that I haven't read yet because they sent me a physical and it's right there on the side of the desk. Land by Maggie O'Farrell.
Oh, exciting.
She was the Reese pick, obviously, for Marriage Portrait. And this one is all about a historical event that happened in Ireland. She's such a phenomenal writer. She's really just great.
Yes. And we've read a few books set in Ireland recently.
I know. It's like the new hotspot.
I know.
Who knew? Well, I am excited for this one. As we know, she won Hamnet, obviously, was like a major contender in award season, and her writing is just fantastic. So this is going to be a great book, but I think it's going to be a heavy book. And I think I've been
so too.
Trying to work my way into that kind of a heavy book, and that's just my head. As previously mentioned, of all the things that are going down this month, I can't do heavy fiction at the moment.
And even if we love it, it sounds like it probably won't end up on beach reads just because of the nature of the book, not because of how much we love it.
Totally.
Lisa Jewell has a new book coming out. It could have been her. I haven't read it yet. Love Lisa Jewell. In fact, we have all of the Lisa Jewell books on the website, ranked which ones we like the best. But she was a previous pick for GMA, The Family Upstairs.
Right. So that's a thriller, which I think might be the first thriller that we've talked about in a while, actually.
I think so, because I think this year, at the beginning of the year, there were so many celebrity book club thrillers that were chosen. But before that, it was very unusual.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be great.
There's another thriller on my list here. It was a former Reese pick, Catherine Stedman, who wrote Something in the Water.
Yeah.
That was really like when thrillers went super mainstream. It was, what was that, 2018, I think, right around there, 2019?
Yes.
Where it was like Something in the Water, The Wife Between Us. There were some killer thrillers.
That was the year of thrillers.
That was an unbelievable year for thrillers. And she has a new one out, 9 Lives.
Okay. I think that's going to be fantastic. I'm so happy. I feel like we might be back into 2019 territory with thrillers this year.
Oh, yeah. I actually think you're right.
We had a 5-year hiatus.
And
we're back.
We recently released our best of the year picks
Mhm.
so far for every category. And some of them are very small. There's 1 or 2 books on it, but the thriller list is extensive so far this year for the best of. And those are our books that are 4.5 or 5 stars. We are very tough graders when it comes to fiction. As previously mentioned, we've read 167, I think, at this point. It'll probably, by the time this episode comes out, we'll be at like 175 because that's how many we read in a given week. The thrillers really, really took off this year.
Yes.
We had a lot of thrillers, a lot of mystery, a lot of fiction. There's always a lot of really good fiction. A few good romances.
Yeah, the romances are starting to pick up. Interestingly, the beginning part of the year, usually we start to see really good romances starting April, May, and I feel like this year it's really been later May and June where we're starting to see most of the romances coming out.
I agree with that. Speaking of a June romance, Dead Romantics, GMA pick, Ashley Poston's got a new one coming out too.
Yes, I actually just started this one and I'm loving it. It's Someday Garden, and it seems to be adorable. It is about a gardener in a very well-known garden that has started to go downhill, and she is there as the head gardener just for the summer, and she meets a man, and she's very confused because she meets him. It's through like a secret door, and then he's not there. So it gives me a lot of secret garden feels, but if it was a romance. You cannot go wrong with Ashley Poston books. I'm obsessed with her.
That's another one that we have ranked and in order and all of that
Yes.
on the website because I think you've read all of them because they have a little bit of that magical realism element to it.
They do, and they're just delightful and feel good. And I love reading a romance where you're not having that negativity. It's just an uplifting, sweet story.
The final 2 here, I've saved the best for last.
I know which ones you're going to say.
One of my most anticipated books of the entire year is The Shampoo Effect by Jenny Jackson. I loved
Pineapple Street.
Thank you. I was like, what was it? It was the GMA pick. I'm picturing the cover. I'm totally blanking. I loved Pineapple Street.
You love Pineapple Street.
I loved Pineapple Street.
That was a fabulous cover.
It was a family saga. I love a family saga. It was about, a new woman who marries into a family. And this one, okay, prepare yourself. It's about a beach town. There's a close clique of friends. One girl moves in. She marries one of the friends. She's now in the friend circle. She finds out that the man that she loves has gotten a different woman pregnant. And so she's like, ha! I'm going to blow everybody's life up. And she starts telling everybody secrets. So I just think it's going to be so good. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. It screams beach read season.
Yes.
It's a woman from the back in a bathing suit on the beach in a beach chair. I literally just downloaded it yesterday. It comes out at the very end of this month, but I am starting it. They gave me access yesterday. I'm starting it tonight. So this is one of my most anticipated for the entire year.
You've been talking about this one for ages, so
I was begging.
We'll be hearing all about it. And the last one. Okay, she is an icon.
Oh, yeah. Wait, former Reese pick twice for Tom Lake and Story of a Happy Marriage. Jenna pick for The Dutch House. Who are we talking about, Jack?
We are talking about Anne Patchett.
Yes, we are. Whistler.
I mean, let's just be honest. I don't think she can do any wrong.
I agree. Kathy, our favorite owner of Main Point Books, which is our local bookstore around here, said it was fantastic. She's already read it. We both have downloaded. We haven't had a chance to read it yet. I think it's going to be she's an auto buy. You got to just...
Yes.
You got to read her books. She's a phenomenal writer. I am convinced that whatever your first Anne Patchett book was...
is your favorite.
Yes. What was your first one?
Bel Canto.
Mine was Commonwealth.
I loved bel canto
I love
so
Tom and Mel.
much. I think that's the thing. And it doesn't matter which book you've read.
No.
Whatever is your first, that's your favorite.
It is your favorite because you're like, oh my God, I didn't know this level of storytelling, writing could be done. Her books are never a million pages. They are a study in restraint, in getting your plot in and doing it in a way that evokes emotion and doing it succinctly. Like she just crushes it.
She had Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep. I mean, if you are getting the absolute greats
to narrate
your books, you know that you are killing it.
You absolutely.
Like 0 edits.
No. Tom Hanks reading The Dutch House, iconic. Meryl Streep with Tom Lake.
Right.
Meryl Streep, one of the best actresses ever
on the planet,
talking about what it was like to be in summer stock in like that's what the story's about. Are you kidding me?
Right.
This is iconic level narration.
You know what I wonder? And I bet you she's one of the ones that doesn't need an editor.
Probably not. And you know she owns her own bookstore.
Yes. Oh my, Parnassus Books.
She is royalty in the book world. And so this is like the most anticipated on everyone's list. This is going to skyrocket on the New York Times bestseller. Just
right.
It's happening.
And for good reason.
Absolutely. Do you want to know who the narrator is for this one?
I do.
Ann Patchett.
Oh my God.
She's doing it herself.
Yes.
It's a woman and her husband are walking through the Met and someone follows her and she like turns around and it is her former stepdad from when she was 9 for like a brief period of time.
Yes, now I remember.
And apparently it's about like their meeting, their time together was very profound. It had an impact on both of them. And so it's about like choices that were made and choices that were made for them and their reconnection.
Sounds so good.
I don't know what the horse has to do with anything, but I guess we're going to find out.
Now we have the bookmark. And once again, Kirsten has props.
My pick is Ellen Opts Out. It was sent my way by Little Brown & Co. And it was not really on my radar, but the cover and the description had me like, okay. Kind of sounds a little Gunkel-esque. Alan is a very successful advertising executive. He owns his own firm and he's going after the dairy industry. He wants to you remember You Got Milk? You remember those amazing campaigns? He wants to bring he wants to make milk popular again. There's all these nut milks out there and he needs to help the dairy industry. He loses the account in sort of a very iconic, crazy, life-changing way. And he's like, you know what? Consumerism is over. I'm out. I'm going to move into the playhouse he's got like a Connecticut mansion by the Sound. And he's like, I'm going to move into the playhouse in the back and live off the land and not come in. He's like, I'm done with consumerism. Meanwhile, his wife, is trying to get into the Queen Anne's, which is like the social elite of think the DAR, okay? Oh. She's got these pop-up events where she has to all of a sudden do flower making. She's got to throw an over-the-top party. And her husband is out here barefoot, like a grizzly bear, not shaving, bathing in the Sound, totally throwing up her game as she's the biggest overconsumer on the planet. All we're talking about is all the boxes that are brought in and he's becoming friends with the UPS driver. It is outrageous. There are 2 daughters. Their daughters, one is a drama major and she's causing drama. The other can maybe talk to animals. I don't even know. It's hilarious. They end up with a pet lobster. It sounds like it shouldn't work. I was so thoroughly entertained by this story.
This sounds amazing. It's I love, love, love a quirky book. This sounds fantastic.
It was. The family dynamic was hilarious. It's set in the summertime. I mean, it's all around Memorial Day to 4th of July. Okay, so it's totally, you should read it in the summertime. It's so funny. And there's these chapters in the middle. Okay, I got to find them that are the group thread from the Facebook page, and it's everyone complaining about did you register your 4th of July Memorial Day
decorations? My goodness.
It's such a fun romp read.
That is so much fun.
It's totally different than anything you've read before. Very unique, and I absolutely love it. So thank you, Little Brown, for sending it my way.
I love Little Brown.
I know. Sally puts the best things on my radar. So.
That's fantastic. I always love it when we are alerted to some of the books that might not necessarily be the big books, but are fantastic.
This one came with a little mini sample of perfume. They sent me an influencer box. Came a little sample of perfume called Touch Grass, which is so appropriate for this. It came with, I was just showing Jackie, they sent us a guide that came with like recipes for how to make the deviled eggs, because heaven forbid you don't put a little garnish on your deviled eggs, okay?
I'm all about that playlist.
And there's a playlist. I mean, they really crushed this entire reading experience for me, but I got it on a Friday and I'm already done it, finished it in one day. So it's a good one.
That is so much fun. So our question for you is, and you can just leave it in the comments, what beach reads are you looking forward to reading over the next few weeks? Are there any of the books from the celebrity book clubs, authors that are coming out that you're looking forward to reading? We just want to know what's on your radar, so you can leave it in the comments.
And next week, we will be back talking about our guide to the ultimate beach reads of 2026.
Which is an amazing, amazing list.
Like, follow, and subscribe. We will see you next week.
Happy reading.